Do you know what happens when you give a woman too much attention? Most guys don't even realize that being too available makes them less attractive than the men who barely try. The more you chase a woman, she pulls away at same speed. Because when attention comes easily, it loses its value. That's why a high-value man knows how to ignore a woman. And that's exactly what makes him more attractive than the rest of the crowd. In this video, I will show you exactly why high-value men ignore women, and exactly what kind of impact it has on any woman. Just stick around till the end of this video. So, let's start now. Reason 1. Free attention. Everything has a price. In this world, nothing is truly free, and a high-value man knows that attention, especially from a man, is currency. It's power. It has value. But most men, they give it away for nothing like a fool. They text non-stop. Like her, every post, watch every story the second it drops. And they think that by doing this, they'll stay in her mind. But here's the harsh truth. The more you offer yourself for free, the cheaper you become. When you're always available, always watching, always responding, you become predictable and boring. Yes, that's the bitter reality, which most guys will not accept this. But a high-value man doesn't operate like that. He doesn't feed the ego of a woman who's done nothing to earn it. He might show interest once, but then he pulls back. Because he understands the law of value. The more available something is, the less it's respected. A woman who gets attention for nothing, gives nothing in return, but when she has to earn it, that's when your attention means something, and that's why high-value men ignore women. Not to play games, but because they understand their worth. Reason 2. Focused on the mission. A high-value man does not wake up thinking about impressing a woman. He wakes up thinking about his purpose and goals. While other guys chase validation and try to win her over, the high-value man chases success, not her, and builds his empire. He's not ignoring women because he's bitter or harsh. He's ignoring them because they're simply not his priority. He knows something far greater comes first. Everything else, including women, comes after the mission. And that's exactly what makes him more valuable, and strangely, even more attractive to her. Most men do the complete opposite. They put women at the top of their priority list, trying hard to impress her at the cost of their own purpose. And then they wonder why she keeps ignoring them. Because the moment you make her your mission, you've already lost. Women are drawn to men with direction, a purpose, a fire, an obsession. Even the woman who claims to love you will put you second. And here's what most guys will never understand. The more locked in you are on your purpose, the more magnetic you become. Without chasing, begging, or even trying. A high-value man does not chase. He's too busy building, too busy winning. And that silence, that distance, that mystery drives her crazy. Because she can feel it, she's not his whole world. And that's exactly why she wants to be. It's impossible for her to ignore a man who's obsessed with his mission like a beast. He's not sitting on his phone, waiting for her reply. He's out there creating something bigger than her, bigger than himself. And that's what makes him irresistible. Reason 3. Refuse to be backup options. A high-value man would rather be alone than be someone's second choice. He's not standing in line, waiting for a woman to make up her mind. You know what most guys think. They just want to talk to her, even when she clearly treats them like an option. Yes, that's the reality. If you don't see this truth, then you don't really understand how women play with your feelings. You're just a pawn in her game. She only texts when she's bored. She only calls when the guy she actually wants is not available. And what do most men do? They answer every single time. Why? Because they're desperate for crumbs of attention, and that desperation, it kills any respect she might have had for them. But a high-value man, he knows exactly why she's texting him. He sees through the game, and he refuses to play it. He's not a backup plan, not a safety net, not a maybe later. He knows his time, his energy, and his presence are valuable. And if a woman doesn't see that, he walks away, quickly and without hesitation. Because here's the truth. The more you accept being just an option, the more she'll keep you right there on the bench, but give you no value. A high-value man sets the standard. He's either treated like a priority, or he's gone. And guess what? That's the fear of losing him fuels her obsession. Reason 4. Understand female psychology. Most men lose the game because they don't even understand the rules of female psychology. They think being nice, available, and emotionally open will win her heart. This is a wrong perspective. A high-value man understands one simple truth. Women don't respond to what you say. They respond to how you make them feel. She's wired for emotions, not logic. Yes, it's a hard truth. And most men have no idea it even exists. It's not about what's fair or what should work. It's about what triggers her feelings. When a man is unpredictable, emotionally controlled, and just a bit mysterious, she feels it in her gut. Her mind races. She overthinks. That's not manipulation. That's biology. A high-value man doesn't play by her rules. He understands them, and plays the game better than she does. He creates tension without drama. He gives just enough to spark her curiosity, then pulls back and lets her chase. Because once you understand female psychology, you stop reacting to her games and start controlling everything like a master of psychology. Reason 5. Value their time. A high-value man doesn't waste time. And he definitely doesn't let others waste his. He knows how to protect his time from anyone because he understands that time is the most valuable currency in the world. He guards his schedule like a king guards his crown. While most guys are busy waiting for her texts, like hungry lions waiting for prey, a high-value man moves differently. He does not cancel important plans just because she suddenly becomes available. He does not sit around waiting for a reply that might never come. Why? Because his time is not cheap, and he treats it that way. Women feel this. They can sense when a man respects himself and when he doesn't. Because the truth is, when you respect yourself, others will start respecting you. Even if they don't want to. When she knows he's not sitting around, when she realizes his attention is rare, not constant, she starts to value it more. The more selective he is with his time, the more powerful his presence becomes. It sends a clear message. I don't need you to feel complete. I already have something worth waking up for. And that energy, it makes him even more valuable, and transforms him into the man she wants to make time for. Reason 6. Master of emotional games. A high-value man does not get pulled into emotional chaos. He controls it. Most men get played because they do not even know the game is being played. They get emotional. They react to every single move she makes. They overthink every little thing she does. Just one late reply, and boom, they spiral. One unread message, and their whole day is totally ruined. Then they start making the biggest mistake. They start texting a bunch of long paragraphs to justify himself, which make them more cheaper in front of her eyes. But a high-value man, he stays calm and in control, because he knows emotions are power, and the one who controls his emotions controls the game. Women will test you. They will push your buttons just to see how much power they have over you. They will act cold, go quiet, pull back, not because they hate you, but because they want to see if you will break. Most guys fail. They chase, they start begging. They try to fix something that was never even broken. But the respected high-value man, he never chases chaos. He does not get pulled into her emotional games. He understands them calmly, with a smile. If she gives him silence, he don't chase. Instead, he just mirrors it back. She plays hard to get. He becomes harder to reach. Not because he's playing games, but because he knows his value. And that's what drives her crazy. She realizes emotional games don't work on him, and that pulls her closer. She can't manipulate his emotions like she does with the rest. And when a woman can't control you, she starts craving you. Because emotional strength is rare, and that's exactly what makes him more attractive, more powerful, and unforgettable. Reason 7. Abundance mentality. High-value man is not desperate for one woman's attention, because he knows that she's not rare, but he is. The world is full of women, one better than the next, and he's not going to beg one to stay in his life when he can replace her in a heartbeat. Now, I'm not saying you should cheat on a woman, but you need to understand that you are a real man, not a boy. Never beg to anyone to stay in your life. Most guys, they act like she's the only woman on the planet whose vibes matches with them. If they lost her, their life will be ruined. But they forget the rest of the world, and lie to themselves, thinking she's the one. Even when she shows zero interest, they cling, they chase, they tolerate disrespect, just to keep her with them at any cost. But a high-value man moves differently. He does not flinch when she pulls away. He does not panic when she goes cold. Why? Because he knows his worth. And he knows that when you are operating at a high level, he's not emotionally invested in someone who has not proven her value. He does not try to convince her to choose him. Instead, he stands firm and lets her feel the loss. And here's the twist. When a woman realizes she's not the center of his world, that's when she starts chasing him, because nothing is more powerful than the man who's willing to walk away and actually means it. An abundance mindset is freedom. It kills neediness. It multiplies attraction, and it turns any man into the prize she never wants to lose. Reason 8. No fear of being alone. Most guys are afraid of being alone. That's why they chase women to fill that empty space inside. They tolerate disrespect, cling desperately to a woman, and try their best just to avoid facing their own thoughts. Thoughts that eat them alive in silence, especially in the absence of a woman. But a high-value man, he does not beg for anyone's company. He does not seek constant validation. His own presence is enough. He uses solitude as fuel to grow, to level up his life, and to stay locked in on his mission to build wealth, power, and purpose, to build an empire of his own. And here's what most people don't understand. When you stop chasing butterflies and focus on building your own garden, the butterflies come to you, drawn by the fragrance of your success. So build a garden so powerful, so beautiful, that the butterflies chase you. Work on yourself first. Level up your mind, your money, and your mission, and you will notice something amazing. The moment you start winning, those same women who once ignored you now want to be part of your story. Focus on your goals, and watch the world begin to move in your direction. Because the man who needs no one becomes the one everyone wants. By the way, if you're serious about leveling up in all areas of life, show me some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Until next time.